Welcome to the May 13th, 2024 Laverne Library Board meeting. We have a quorum, so I am officially calling this meeting to order. First order of business is to approve the minutes for March 11th of 2024. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
All right. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. Minutes are approved. All right, moving down our agenda, order of business tonight. First thing is to welcome our new library board member, Renee Cruz.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard, Renee. We are happy to have you with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, so our library board bylaws, we've been working on these for a while, so I will turn that over to Miss Donna.
All right, thank you. Katie has done a magnificent job of getting our library board minutes up to date, and with the help of you all and your suggestions, we feel that we are at the final draft. As in my email to you all, we're going to wait until July meeting to approve them. Mayor Cole would like to look over them really well, which I totally agree, and that would be a good time to approve them. That's the beginning of our fiscal year. If you have not had an opportunity to read them, which I know your packet came late today, you are welcome to look over. And Katie, is there anything in particular that you would like to bring to our attention?
No, the changes should be as we discussed at the last meeting, but to the extent that you see something that we talked about that I didn't incorporate, send me an email, let me know after the meeting, and I'll be sure to address that in what is hopefully ready for your consideration and approval at the June meeting.
It's using very modernized words and very much like what our library is doing now. Because of course the other one was fairly outdated in 87 and 88. 1987 and 88 it was. So we feel really excited. If you will look at the mission statement, this is something that has changed. And from that mission statement, I would like for us to move on. This will be something we'll be working on the next year, to visions of that mission statement. So we would have our mission statement, which is to empower community engagement through lifelong learning. And then our vision will be, how are we going to accomplish that? And then we keep going down to the different statements. So I think we have a lot of thank you. A lot of opportunity here in order to grow this mission statement to our vision. Are there any other questions about the Laverne Public Library bylaws?
If we review it between meetings, should we email you if we have any observations? Or?
Yes, please. Email me, and then I will send them on to Katie, and we will go from there.
Thank you.
And we welcome any observations that you have.
When I was reading through them earlier, I just want to say that I am super excited about the mission statement because lifelong learning is something that we should all strive for. So
Absolutely.
That benefits every member of our community, and so just excited about that and seeing how the vision's going to come together and all the
Good.
amazing things that you do.
Very good.
Anyone have any questions or anything for Ms. Donna on the new board bylaws? All right, so school outreach events. Ms. Donna, would you like to talk to us about
I would
the
be
school
happy
outreach?
to. Sherry Pendergrass, one of our young ladies that work over in the children's department, was able to go to Roy Waldron Family Night on Tuesday, May 7th, and was scheduled to go to Cedar Grove Book Fair Night, but unfortunately that was the day of the storms and the schools closed, and so she was unable to go. At Roy Waldron Family Night, there were 328 on attendance. She took our big schedule and laid out for everyone to see. This is something that we're going to be giving out at the library. And then she also handed out one of our smaller kickoffs. Now, to go along with the kickoff, if we'll go on down to upcoming events, we're going to distribute the summer reading kickoff flyers on Thursday, May the 16th, to the following schools. We're going to go to Cedar Grove Elementary, Laverne Lake Elementary, Laverne Lake Middle School, Rock Springs Elementary, Rock Springs Middle School, Roy Waldron Elementary, Roy Waldron Annex. At one point, I was thinking John Coleman was a school. Does anyone remember?
I said where my kids go is David Urey.
David Urey.
We've got a lot of Laverne kids at David
And we
Urey.
do have a lot of Laverne kids? All right, I am adding that to my list. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, John Coleman, isn't that one of the schools they're going to be sending when they do the
Yes,
rezoning?
when they rezone, there'll be
So-
some Laverne kids there.
So
And
we
there-
definitely want to include them.
There are a lot of Smyrna kids that come to Laverne for things. Because both my boys play baseball, and we have a lot of Antioch kids and a lot of Smyrna kids that come here for activities. So,
Okay, so John Coleman would be a good one
yeah,
to go by?
yeah.
And what about Stewart Creek?
Now, I do know that the other side of the interstate, of course, they go to Stewart's Creek High School, so that would get the younger
Yeah.
kids into the public library.
Rock
Okay.
Rock
That would be-
Springs, Stewart's Creek, and I think Rocky Fork all have Laverne kids in them also.
Okay,
That's correct.
Because
wow.
it's the other side of 24. It's still Laverne, but we're in Smyrna schools, so.
Absolutely, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I had 10,000 flyers made. They are just like this, but they're glossy, and they pre-cut them for us for 4 cents a piece, and we were so excited about that.
Money well spent to
So,
have those pre-cut.
and
Yes.
what I'm going to do is make equal stacks for each school, and then we will take those around on Thursday, the 16th. Because the last day of school is that May the 22nd?
Yes.
Okay. So do you feel Thursday, the 16th will be soon enough and not too soon?
I think so.
I think, yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
I know a lot of our teachers send things home on Fridays. So if you have them there Thursday,
If
they
we
should
get there
go
Thursday,
home
they could
that
get them home
Friday.
Friday. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Any questions about the kickoff? We just gave the information that the big kickoff will be June the 1st from 9:30 to 12:30. We're going to have a magician, mermaids, bounce houses, games, and many more surprises. We'll also have snacks. And basically that our program is June 1st through the 27th of July. And it's programs and reading challenges from all ages, from birth all the way to 99 plus. So we wanted to make sure that we got the word out there. I did get this flyer approved through Rutherford County Schools. So I have the letter that I will be taking also with the flyers so that they'll know that it is legitimate. And so we're real excited about that. Any questions about the kickoff or the distribution?
I just think it looks amazing. As always,
Good.
you and your staff have outdone yourselves. These are just, I mean, a calendar chock full of amazing things to promote reading, so
We
Well-
have a very creative staff, and
Yeah.
as Carol was putting the big schedule together, I was thinking, oh my goodness, we are going to be exhausted, but it is going to be the best exhaustion ever. And the good thing about it, we're spreading it across all the staff. Everyone is taking part, everyone is being a part of it. We are actually going to be all hands on deck on June the 1st, so all staff will be on there. Be at the library on Saturday, and we're excited about that. So going on into our calendar, you can see that its adventure begins at your library. Summer reading program. This is the Tennessee State theme going across the state of Tennessee. Just note that the library will be closed June 19th for Juneteenth, and we will also be closed on July 4th. But going in, we decided the best way to do it is chronologically, and we have the date on one side, the description of what's going on, and the time. And in the description, we tried to put the ages. If there's not an age, it's family. And of course, families are welcome to come to any of our programs. A few that I would like to point out that's a little bit different. Let's see, Wednesday, June the 5th, we are having the International Folk Dancing Group. International Folk Fest Dance takes place every year. Steve Cates kind of leads that, and he called me to see if we would be interested in hosting one of the groups. We are able to host Mexico. So there's going to be 27 of them coming, and we're going to do this in the gallery where the dancers could be in the big area and we can all sit around. We can have children on the floor, adults all around. We would love to fill the library with people. All that we have to do is provide $150, which is little for entertainment, and that's for their travel, and then to provide them a Southern cooked meal. So I'm going to be going to Cracker Barrel. That was suggested, to get Cracker Barrel lunch for all of them. So after they dance in the gallery, we'll be going to the meeting room, and we'll have the meeting room set up like a really fun diner for them where they can go through the buffet line and get the food that they would like. And then they'll be moving on. Murfreesboro also is getting a group, and the Veterans Home in Murfreesboro is also having a group, and Boys and Girls Clubs are from different places. I think there's England, I want to say Poland. We received Mexico. So it's going to be a really good cultural event, and we want to really push that.
That's cool. That's good.
Also, every Friday from 10 to 11, we're going to have tween, which is ages 10 to 12, coding. Now, if there's someone a little bit older that would like to come and do the coding, they're welcome to. We're going to be using the website, and Daddy, forgive me, I want to say 1 hour coding in an hour. It is a self-coding game. We load it up on the computer, and then they go from there, and they learn how to put the parts together, and they code, and it actually comes out to be a game. It's a really neat program. I know I got the title wrong, and I will send that to you all. It has hour in there, and it has coding in there. That I know. And it looks like so much fun, because when he first said, I want to do tween coding, I thought, okay, knock yourself out. But then when I saw it, it's so much fun. It's the type of coding that I would love to do. And younger people. So that's every Friday for an hour. That's a first come, first serve. If we fill up the 6 computers that we're going to have reserved, we have a computer lab with 7 computers. We'll pull on over to there. We're not going to limit it just to 6 people. And of course, in there, you will see that we have Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to have a family STEAM night each week. They're going to build a birdhouse, all sorts of great things. Another thing that I want to pull to your attention is Saturday, June 15th. We're going to have a performance by the Woodwind Quartet from the Tennessee Philharmonic Orchestra. And they will be in our Storytime room at 10 o'clock. They will go from 10 to 10:30. They'll be playing different tunes. They have a leader who's going to talk about the music. And then we will go from the Storytime room to the meeting room at 10:30, and we'll have a musical instrument petting zoo. And this is where the children and their families can actually pick up an instrument and play it. Mostly percussion. We don't want any woodwinds going on. But it's always so much fun. They'll do guitars. There's usually a ukulele, drums of all sorts. So that's always a fun time. Another program I want to draw your attention to, this is brand new. This is being taught by one of our staff members, Kayla. Kayla is 20 years old. And Kayla will be doing the Lego Fun each Monday night or every other Monday night. And then every other Monday night, she is doing a Just Draw, Learn to Draw with Kayla. It's a sketching class. So excited about that. She is thrilled. She's never taught a class before, and she is really building up confidence. We all have her back. We told her she's got this, and I've never seen someone so excited to get new pencils and paper. And so it's going to be a great thing. This is what I love, to see in our younger ones doing these programmings, and then our Miss Barry, who has been with us forever and ever, who teaches strings and things. So a little bit for everyone. Do you see any programs that you'd like for me to talk about a little bit?
I do have a question.
Sure.
What is animology? Bob Tarter animology.
Animology. Okay, that is Bob Tarter, and he used to be NCHCM, National something of something something, but he turned it to animology. He brings out wildlife that has been rescued, and he shows the children all about them and tells them about the different animals. He has a very big snake, big snake, and he'll bring out like a raccoon, koala bear. He's brought kangaroos before, all sorts of interesting animals, iguanas. So yes, Bob Tarter is coming, and it's always a great learning experience when he's there.
Okay.
And I'll find out what the NCHM something is. Creekside Saturday, June the 19th. That's a Saturday. We are partnering with Stormwater. Alexandra from Stormwater will be coming out. She'll be getting down into our creek, which also has snakes in it, and she'll be catching different little animals and different things inside the creek. And as the students are setting up on the creek side on blankets far away from the water, as I'm going like this, she will tell them all about it. And then she'll also talk about why stormwater is so important. What can go into stormwater? What shouldn't go into stormwater? How to keep our creeks clean. And therefore, by keeping our creeks clean, how to keep our rivers clean. So it's always a really fun learning experience. And then we tell the children, be sure and bring water clothes. Wear your water clothes, because we're not getting in the creek. But we are going to do a human car wash, where Parks and Recreation has built with PVC pipes this wonderful car wash, and we have sponges hanging down. We've run hose pipes through it. Water squirts down. They go through the sponges, and they just have the best time.
Oh.
Best time ever. So that's a fun event. Anything else?
I'm just impressed with all the amazing activities that are listed.
Yeah.
And then if you see on the back, we also have the rest of July.
So, so the community needs to come get some of these so they can see all the amazing
We
things.
are printing them out as you speak. We are going to start handing them out soon. They're going to go into every child's bag that comes to pick up a summer reading bag, so that they can read for fun and also read to earn prizes. Teens and tweens have some fabulous prizes this year. The adult prizes are going to knock you on your socks. They have done really well with the prizes. I'm not going to give it away, but they did well choosing those. And if you look, we have teen events, babies events. Every Thursday morning, we still have books and babies, and Sherry does a magnificent job with those books and babies. They'll sit in their parents' lap, or they'll crawl all over and just have the best time. And they're listening. They're listening and learning as they're crawling and doing. At the very end, Friday, July 26th, all the listeners and readers are invited to a skate party for those who have completed their goal, which is 6 hours of reading, which which is not bad for a whole summer. For every 10 minutes, they get to color a block. For every hour, they get a prize. When they hit 6 hours, they get to write their name on the poster. So many of our students and our patrons have hit 6 hours that first week. So they'll get to put their name on the poster, keep on reading, keep on getting more and more prizes, and they'll go to the skate party, which is funded by the library. The Smyrna Skate Center hosts us. We get to, all the students, I keep saying students, our patrons, our readers, and our listeners, they get a pair of skates, they get to skate for free, and we get to bring in cookies, and then the Skate Center provides a drink for them. So it's a fun, fun time, and that goes from 10 to 12, so 2 hours of skating. And Teens and Tweens are going to have a party this year, but they want it to be different. They're having theirs on Saturday, August the 3rd. So, but that's a good thing. Teens are a little different sometimes, aren't they?
Yes.
But different in a good way. Okay, any more questions about that after I've talked your head off? Was that funny?
Nah, this looks awesome.
It's
Yes,
impressive.
it is
really
very
does.
impressive.
Good. And kudos to Carol for getting this all put together. She had an Excel spreadsheet, and she would come into my office every day. Now look over this and tell me, what do you think about this? I'm going, just keep doing what you're doing. And then we were very excited. HR has a new HR assistant. She came over to spend a couple of hours with us just to get to know us. Little did she know, she speaks Spanish and writes Spanish. She translated our entire schedule for us to
wow.
Spanish.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
So we have it available in Spanish and English.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yes.
So very excited about that. Okay.
All right, so next up on the schedule is our library board schedule for the remainder of 2024. So we have our next meetings coming up in July 8th of 2024, September 9th, and November 4th. So our next board meeting will be Monday, July 8th at 5 p.m. Do any of our board members have any comments they would like to make?
I just wanted to echo what so many of us were sitting here saying. Fantastic work, you and your staff. I'm just blown away. I mean, there's some of these things where, they're during the daytime, and some of us, work other places during the day, and I wish I could come, but this is fantastic.
Thank you.
Really good work.
We would like to do more at night, but unfortunately, we're kind of limited there. But we try to have at least an age group a night. So our teens do some things at night, our 5 to 12-year-olds do, and then we have a couple of things on Saturday. But we would love to do more nighttime events so we can get the parents that work.
Your kickoff is gonna be amazing looking at it, because I've seen Bruce Amato many times, and he is an amazing magician.
He
So,
is. He's a great guy, too. He called the other day, and he said, "Am I still on?" And I said, "Well, what do you think?" So we're glad that he was able to do our kickoff. A lot of times we can't get him on our kickoff.
Well, I'm just going to echo, I love the theme, Adventure Begins at Your Library, because it sure does. The Laverne Public Library is an adventure every day of the week, year-round. So amazing job with your staff.
Thank you.
You guys run a stellar program. That community, if you are not coming to the library, make sure you stop by and visit. It's an amazing place.
And I will pass that on to our staff about you all saying how amazing and creative, because they are. Not one person, not two person, not three people could do this. It takes us all, and they step up and step out, do a great job.
All right, any more comments?
Yeah, so I grew up here in Laverne, and I grew up going to summers to library events, and I think it's great that it looks even better than when I was a kid. So, yeah, great work. It looks amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're very happy to have you on board. Look forward to
Thank you.
seeing you at our events.
Of course, I'm excited to be able to go back again.
Anything else? All right, I will officially call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.